Hello students, welcome to the Fun Known. Today we are going to study ratio, proportion and scale factor. Let us understand first what is ratio. The method of comparing two quantities, that quantities can be a number, can be anything, x, y, z, whichever thing it will be. But when you are comparing two quantities by dividing one quantity by another one is called ratio. The ratio of two numbers or quantities is denoted by a mark or a symbol which is known as colon. So you can see over here, this is a mark which is known as colon, and this is what we use for denoting ratio. So the ratio of two quantities, as you can consider here, P is one quantity and Q is another quantity. So ratio of P and Q will be written as P to the ratio Q. This is a symbol of a ratio. For example, one basket contains 15 apples and another 20 apples. Then the ratio will be 15 to 20. So it will be written as 15 divided by 20, which can be further divided because 15 and 20 can be further divided. So it can be further divided 3 by 4, and that's why our answer is 3 ratio 4. Some of the important points related to ratio. The first term of ratio is called as antecedent and the second term is called as consequent. As you can see, A ratio B, so you can consider the first term will be called as antecedent and the B term, which is the second term, will be called as consequent. So in the ratio 1 ratio 4, antecedent will be 1 and consequent will be 4. A ratio must always be expressed in its lower term. So you can consider here whatever the ratio will be, you have to just make sure that you have to cut them or divide them to the lowest term. Whatever be the unit of the term of a ratio has no units. Means you have to remember, okay, whatever the unit is of that number, of that term, of that quantity, but ratio itself, it does not have any specific unit. The ratio of 15 kilometers and 20 kilometer, example, one quantity is 15 kilometer and another quantity is 20 kilometer. The ratio of 15 kilometer and 20 kilometer will be 15 kilometer divided by 20 kilometer. As unit doesn't matter over here, that will be further divided, and for the lowest term of 15 divided by 20 will be 3 divided by 4, that is 3 ratio 4. Here two quantities 15 kilometer and 20 kilometer have a unit km, but in ratio there is no unit. That's why we say ratio has no unit. As you can see, 15 kilometer divided by 20 kilometer, you can cancel the units also over here. So 5 threes are 15, 5 fours are 20, and even the kilometers will be cancelled. That's why 3 divided by 4 will be our lowest term. The term of ratio are written in a definite order. Ratio of 5 kg and 8 kg. 5 kg divided by 8 kg. 5 kg and 8 kg cannot be divided further, students, as you know. So kg and kg will be cancelled as two units are similar and ratio itself doesn't have any units. So the answer will be 5 ratio 2. And if we are writing 8 kg and 5 kg, that is 8 kg divided by 5 kg, so it will be 8 ratio 5. Students, you have to remember one thing, that order is very much important when we are going to study ratios. So 5 ratio 8 and 8 ratio 5 is very different. We cannot say vice versa over here, that is 5 ratio 8 and 8 ratio 5 is same. So both are different over here. Remember, 5 ratio 8 and 8 ratio 5 is not equal to each other. Next, we are going to understand, students, proportion. What is a proportion? A proportion is an equality of ratio. So when I'm saying A ratio B and C ratio D. So when I'm writing this together, so I'm using this symbol over here, which is known as proportion. This two colons. This itself also means A divided by B, which is also equal to C divided by D. So this whole term can be written like this in ratio. All four quantities of proportion must be of same kind. So whenever we are doing some proportion, we have to remember that whichever quantities we are taking, like four quantities over here, A, B, C, D, so they must be of same kind. They cannot be of different kind. In proportion, the first and fourth terms are called extreme, whereas second and third term are called means. Let us see, students. As you can see over here, in 8 ratio 12 and 18 ratio 27. So if these are two terms, that is 18 divided by 12, 8 divided by 12 and 18 divided by 27. You can write it like that also. So 18 and 12 will be the mean term and 8 and 27 will be the extreme. How we are going to find it out? As they have given over here. If we are writing, see, this is 8, this is 12, this is 18, this is 27, right? So this, that means this will be 12 and this will be 18. So 12 and 18, this part will be known as mean and this part will be known as extreme, which will be 8 and 27. So 12 and 18 are mean and 8 and 27 are extreme. You can also remember it like this, that this value and this value, that is A and D, which is at the extreme end, that will be considered as extreme, and the middle part, that is B and C of each ratio, will be considered as mean. Product of extreme is equal to product of mean. So whenever there is a proportion, you can also write a product of extreme. Product of extreme, that means 12 and 18 and 8 and 27. Whatever the products of extreme and mean will be there, that will be the answer. So in A ratio B and C ratio D, D is known as fourth proportional. Let us understand, students. Let us take an example to understand proportion. A rope length and weight are in the proportion. When a rope is 20 meter, or the length of the rope is 20 meter and the weight of the rope is 1 kg, then I can also write 40 meter of the rope and weight 2 kg, 200 meter of the rope and weight 10 kg, etc. How I'm going to do that? See here. If I'm saying first, as per the question, 20-meter rope, 1 kg will be the weight. So if I'm just multiplying the length with 2, it's but obvious if I'm multiplying the length with 2, if I'm doubling the length. If length is double, then also the weight will be double. So here even the weight will be double. So if it is 20 meter 1 kg, then it will be 40 meter 2 kgs, because we are just increasing or double the length, double will be the weight. So as per that example, you can consider if it is 200 meter the length, then weight will be 10 kgs. So just have a look over here, students. 20 divided by 1, which can be, if we are doubling the weight itself or the length itself, then it will be 40 divided by 2. Next, students will understand scale factor. What is scale factor? A scale factor in maths is the ratio between corresponding measurement of an object and representing of an object. If the scale factor is whole number, the copy will be larger. If the scale factor is fraction, the copy will be smaller. As you can see here, students, scale factor and writing. So if you can see scale up, that means scale factor is scaling up by greater than 1 ratio. As you can see here, if it is this much is actual quantity, and if I'm writing 2 ratio 1, so this will be the output, and whatever this If I'm telling half, that is 1:2 or 1 divided by 2, that means half. The scale down factor, that means less than 1. The scale down is the scale factor for scaling down, and it is ratio less than 1. Scale down will be the ratio less than 1. Scale up will be the ratio less than or greater than 1. Scale up greater than 1. Scale down less than 1. Okay. Next, find scale factor of similar figure. Students, here there are similar figures and you have to find the scale factor. See the question over here. Here two similar triangles are there. What is the scale factor used to create the second large figure? Here we can see there are two triangles. Okay, this is one and this is another one. Now we have to imagine, or we have to see, what is the scale which they have used to make this large triangle, because originally this triangle was there and this is this. So 12, this is 12, this is 36. So what is the scale they must have used over here to do or to make this triangle larger, to create this triangle larger? We'll see, students. So if we'll see, the smaller one is 12, the bigger one is 36 as given. So 12 threes are 36, that is 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are, so you can do 12 into 3, 36. So the scale will be 36 divided by 12. We can also further divide it. So after further division, you will get 3 by 1. That is, the scale factor over here is 3. And just because scale factor is greater than 1, right? That's why I can write scale up. Scale up itself says greater than 1. That's it for the day, students. Thank you.